A wide and thick back is one of the most important signatures that every impressive physique must have. Not only it gives you that imposing look from every possible angle, but also it directly spreads the message to everyone that you're not just a beach body, abs and biceps pretty boy doing some easy pump sets, but rather you're a hardcore lifter hoisting some serious heavy weights. There's a reason why a well-developed back commands so much respect in the gym, and as they always say in bodybuilding context, shows are won from the back. Unfortunately, for most people, the back is also the hardest body part to develop. And while there are many reasons to account for it, like poor mind-muscle connection because you can't see your back in the mirror, or too arm dominant because you are pulling the weight with your biceps, none of those reasons have really addressed the core of the problem. The muscle fiber directions from your back are very different from other body parts. Today, I'm going to explain why your back training should be fundamentally different from other body parts training, as well as give you the most important tip to help you dramatically increase the efficiency of your back training. So if you want to have a badass back like me, brace yourself, and here comes the top secret. Welcome to Fast Track Gains. I'm here to help you accelerate your gains. If you have watched any Athleanx videos before, you will know that Jeff Cavaliere once famously said this sentence: follow the fibers. This is a concept used by him to explain how to best target specific muscle groups. By understanding the directions of the muscle fibers, you can choose exercises that more effectively engage and stimulate those specific areas. And today, I'm going to use this brilliant concept to explain why your back muscles require entirely different motions from other body parts. But in order for me to do that, first we need a brief class of back muscle anatomy. There are many muscles located on your back, but generally we can group them into two categories. Number one, your lat muscles, starting from the most important latissimus dorsi, which is the main contributor to the highly desired V-taper, and teres major, which is the helper to your lats. And number two, your upper back muscles, starting from the most important traps, and then rhomboids, rear delts, and two rotator cuff muscles, namely the teres minor and infraspinatus. As all these muscles tend to work together, I will simplify the explanation by referring to traps only for this muscle group. And out of so many muscles, the only muscle that is easy to develop for most people is only the upper trap. All the other muscles, very, very difficult to develop, particularly your lats. So let's take a closer look at its muscle fiber direction first. The fiber direction of lats is very peculiar. It is not straight up and down like your most other muscle groups, for example, your quadriceps or your biceps, or straight left to right like your pectoralis major. Instead, it is skewed, and skewed on three dimensions, meaning not only the muscle fiber runs diagonally from your armpit to your hip on a sagittal up and down plane, but it also runs diagonally from the periphery of your back to the center of your back, left to right plane, as well as runs diagonally by wrapping around your back on a transverse front to back plane. Because of this interesting fiber direction, the lats are involved in so many different functions: shoulder adduction, shoulder flexion, shoulder internal rotation, torso rotation, and even more functions. But unfortunately, due to this interesting three-dimensional wraparound direction, the traditional linear motion movements that work very well for all the other muscles are very ineffective at targeting your lats. And this is the key why your lat training sucks. You're using linear motion movements to train your lats as you would train with other body parts. Linear motion movements are fantastic for training most of your muscles. Bicep curls and tricep extensions, they're linear. Bench press and shoulder press, they're linear. Up and down squat works great for your quads. Back and forth hinge works great for your glutes and hamstrings. You can use linear motion movements to train pretty much every other body part and achieve great results, but not your lats. As linear motion cannot turn, it does not even remotely follow the fiber direction of your lats. Whereas in comparison, curved motions, as the movement can turn along the way, is much better at following the fiber direction of your lats than the linear movements and will activate your lats much more easily. A good example is the straight arm pull down or machine pull over exercise. This is the exercise to make anyone who does not know where their lats are instantly aware of the existence of their lats, because the movement is curved and it very much mimics the function of shoulder flexion of your lats. Therefore, most people will instantly feel their lats by doing this exercise. Another example is the circular pull down. The motion is curved again and mimics the functions of shoulder adduction of your lats. Compared to the traditional pull down, the circular movement follows the fiber direction much more closely and is much more effective at targeting your lats. The same rule follow the fibers and do curved motion movements apply to your trap training as well, albeit to a lesser degree. The upper trap is the easy part for most people to develop because linear motion shrugs are generally more than enough for upper trap development. But when it comes to mid trap and lower traps, as they're in charge of the function of scapular retraction, and the muscle fibers start to run horizontally from left to right. Although linear rows like cable rows or barbell rows follow the fiber direction of your traps for the most part, they fail to address the critical most contracted position where you try to really pinch your shoulder blades together as tightly as possible, and the most critical stretch position when you try to protract your shoulder blades as wide as possible. Because of these two critical positions are missing there, you may still have some difficulty trying to feel your traps in linear rows. In comparison, circular rows, as the movement is curved again, they follow the fiber direction of your traps much better and include both the most contracted position and the most stretched position in the movement. As I'm showing you here, my traps are contracting really hard at one end of the movement and being stretched really hard at the other end of the movement. This is the real full range of motion for your traps, and no linear rows can cover this full range of motion like circular rows. You see, Jeff is right. Follow the fibers is key to developing your back muscles and the true reason why your back training sucks. Because all you're doing is pull-ups, pull-downs, barbell rows, cable rows, or dumbbell rows. All these exercises are linear motion movements. And no wonder why you're not feeling your back during these exercises, because you are not following the fibers. And the most important tip to improve your back training results, choose curved motion movements. That's why machines are so important to your back training, because curved motion is almost a monopoly owned by machines. Machine pull over, machine circular pull down, machine high rows, machine Dorian dy rows. As long as the motion is curved, you will train your back much more effectively because you're following the fibers. And if you're really that old school, T-bar rows are the only curved motion you can get out of free weights. And once again, this may be the true reason why T-bar rows are superior to barbell rows or dumbbell rows. So follow the fibers, choose curved motion movements, and don't forget to thank me later when you have finally witnessed your back growth exploded. That's it, guys. Please like this video, and for more unique detailed analysis like this, please subscribe to my channel, and I will see you all in the next video. Peace out.